this build, all you're going to need is the Mantle of Battle Harmony Exotic Warlock chest piece. From everything I've been able to look up, the way you get this exotic is you have to have the Beyond Light expansion, and it drops from the daily exotic Lost Sector. So what you want to look for is this symbol right here. And then you want to go in and you want to solo a Lost Sector when it says that it's an exotic chest piece. See at the bottom it says exotic legs armor. You want to wait for a day. It changes every day. So you want to wait for when it says exotic chest piece, and then you want to go ahead and farm that Lost Sector, and it should drop for you, especially if you don't have it yet. The other only thing you'll need for the build is any primary weapon that is strand. So for example, I'm running a strand hand cannon. And the other thing I want to say is I forgot to mention in the video that everything that I'm doing in the video I'm running in solo, like I'm soloing a Master Lost Sector. If you were doing an activity like say Onslaught or Vanguard Playlist or anything like that where you have teammates, you're going to be getting your super even faster because they're going to be feeding you orbs. This build is absolutely insane, guys. Like if you love to super spam, not only will this build allow you to get your super incredibly fast, but you also have barrier, unstop, and overload without having to run double primaries or trying to rely on something like a grenade or an ability or anything like that. You just have your weapons ready to go. It's super easy to proc. You don't have to worry about trying to proc anything special in order to have barrier, unstop, and overload. And like I said, you don't have to run double primaries. I'm really surprised how many people don't run a setup like this. The other thing about this build is, like I said, you're gonna be getting your super back like every couple minutes, like minute and a half probably, which is absolutely fantastic. But not only that, but this build it works on every single subclass. So no matter what subclass you want to run, this build will work for that subclass, and I will show you guys that in this video. Okay, this one I'm pretty curious to see because I hope my mic's picking me up. I have Thresh on this hand cannon, so I kind of want to see how it stacks with this kind of build. Yeah, I already have a fourth of my super engine back. I didn't want to pick that tangle up because I want to get the kills with my hand cannon. This guy's chasing me down. Yeah, I already got my super. Oh my god, almost. Well, so I probably under a minute. I probably had my super in under a minute because I was already in the Lost Sector for about 10 seconds, maybe 20 seconds before I started recording. So, oh my god. So if you could get your super back in less than a minute, dude, bro, that's probably better than Phoenix Protocol, I'm not gonna lie. And like I said, you can run it with, this is one of those exotics you can run with any subclass, bro, which is so nice. Because the one thing that'll hold a lot of people back from triple 100s or even double 100s, a lot of times, most of the time, 99.9% of the time, it's their exotic. They just can't get a good roll on an exotic. So if you could just farm for that one exotic that you could use on every build and just get that one exotic god roll, I'm telling you, man, it makes such a world of difference. Like, I'll show you guys. I'm not running triple 100s. Most of my builds that I've done today, I had triple 100s. This one I have a lot of negative stats because of the build itself, but I still have double 100s and really high recovery. And because of my mods, I'm getting my rift back super quick anyway, so it's not even that big of a deal. And this, I don't even think this, let me check. I don't think this, I mean, it's decent. It's got 19 resilience, 17 recovery, and 14 intellect. I mean, they're not the, they're not god tier spiky stats on this exotic. I could definitely farm for a better one. But like I said, if you could just get that one exotic that you could use for all your builds. Like on my hunter, I use worm husk on all my builds because I'm a warlock main and I'm used to having a rift, so I like having that ability to get health back whenever I need it. And then on my titan, I run Crest of Alpalupe on all my builds for the same reason, because I can pop it almost like a rift and it gives me healing. So it's so nice if you could just farm for, instead of having to farm for a different exotic for every single build, if you could just farm for one exotic and use that on every build, man, it's so nice. It's so much better. I'm definitely going to be farming this exotic. Alright, so we're going to try our Arc subclass first, I think. And see if this is going to be as good as basically like a Phoenix Protocol build, but for Arc. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through every subclass, besides Solar, obviously, because you have Phoenix Protocol, which is better than Battle Elemental Heart. I tested it. Like, I tested Battle on a Solar build first, and Phoenix definitely gave you a lot more energy back. Now, I like with Battle that when you start out, you know how you start every mission or whatever without full super? Like right now, you can see I don't have my super. The thing I like about Battle is you get your super faster. But with Phoenix Protocol, you keep your super more. So they each have their pros and cons. So we'll try it in. See how this goes. You can see how much super energy I've already gotten. I do have Ashes to Assets on too, so that will also give me super energy. If I can hit my shots, that'd be great. This is weird. I'm playing without any game sound. I don't know why. I didn't feel like putting my headset on, so. Stun this guy. And it is, the nice thing about this setup with this Lost Sector is it is Stasis and Solar Burn. So I can run my Galley with my Stasis Fusion Rifle. And that gives me Unstop and extremely powerful Overload, which is really nice. You can see, I mean, I'm getting my super pretty quickly. Ooh, it's been a minute. Okay, so I mean, that's pretty fast. I'll probably have it in under a minute. Let's see if I can get it in less than a minute. Try to kill some of these ads. Those orbs. Gallahorn didn't hit nearly as hard as I wanted it to. That sucks. So I got my super in about a minute and a half on Arc. Alright, so this is our Void setup. Again, we're gonna see if all three subclasses you're getting your super in about a minute and a half. I mean, that would be absolutely nutty, bro. You can see how fast, bro. Oh my god. I'm almost halfway there already. We're about 40 seconds in. I did not proc that right. Oh, I messed up. Oh, never mind. Alright. Oh my god, dude. Bro, we might get it in less than a minute and a half if I can really pop off here. Let's see. It's also skill based. Obviously, like, I'm missing all my shots and shit. That's not helping my case, but you can see how fast you get it, bro. On any, and if it's like this on any subclass, okay. So I pretty much already have it. We're at a minute 20. If I could have got that. See, I missed that orb there, and I missed this kill. I probably could have had it in about a minute. I'm gonna say like a minute to a minute 10 seconds. I would have had my super already. Okay, so now we're on Stasis. Stasis could be interesting because I'm wondering if my turrets will actually activate Ashes to Assets. I've never tested this out, so I don't really have a clue. Let's see, yeah. You about to find out. I almost had my grenade back already. That's insane. I have like no discipline either. That's why I said that's insane. Like the fact that I almost have my grenade back and I have no discipline. Oh, it wasn't fast enough. It's alright. I barely keep him frozen. Yeah. All these, like, oh god. If I pick all these up, I might get myself all close. So this one's gonna be a little longer, I think, just a little bit. Still not bad. Still under 2 minutes, and if I ran that cleaner, probably be about a minute and a half. Okay, you know how I was saying like this might be better than Phoenix Protocol? I think it is. And not only that, not only because of how quickly you get your super, but because you can run it. Like say you want a Dawn Blade unlimited super build. Like Phoenix Protocol only works with well radiance, and it only works after you've gotten your well. This build, this will work with Dawn Blade. So if you want to run a Dawn Blade build with unlimited supers, I mean this is perfect. So I am loving this super right now, guys. I have the wrong grenade on. That's okay. Uh-oh. And you can run, and you can run Gallahorn with this build, and it synergizes perfectly. And or like Sunshot, like there's so many things so many good solar weapons this season. Like it's absolutely crazy. What's that solar scout rifle? I can't think of the name of it right now that everyone's running for GMs. Polaris Lance. Like a Polaris Lance with this build. Like I got my super back. I got my super in like a minute and 10 seconds. That's insane, guys. Like, that is absolutely nutty. If you want unlimited supers, this is definitely the way to go, I would say. Alright, so here are the actual mods for each armor piece that I run. I was running 2 harmonic siphons, which is nice, but like I said, I found I was not having heavy ammo for the overloads. So I did end up putting a heavy ammo finder on. Now keep in mind, guys, anytime you look at a build video, you're always going to have to modify it depending on the activity you're in. Like right now I'm doing a Master Lost sector where it has Solar Surge and Stasis Surge, which means I don't have to run any Surge mods. Like they don't stack, right? So just keep things like that in mind. You're always going to have to modify builds a little bit depending on what you want to do. But yeah, go back to it. So I got that. I got Ashes to Assets, so my grenades give me super energy. That's an important one. Impact Induction causes damage. You get your grenade cooldown when you do a melee. And then I have Harmonic Loaders, so I load my solar weapons faster. You get class ability energy when you cause damage with the grenade. So basically, I use my grenade, I get class ability energy back. And then I use my class ability, I get grenade energy back, which you'll see later. So again, like I said, right now here, I don't know why I have that on. This should be harmonic. Well, I guess it didn't really matter. But so I'm running 2 solar resist and a stasis resist because those were in that lost sector. Those were damages I was dealing with. I mean, depending on what you're doing, you might want to run sniper, melee, concussive dampener. Like I said, this is definitely an area where you're always going to change it depending on what activity you're doing. That's never the same. But on my legs, I do have a scavenger, so if I actually ever get a heavy break, I could get more ammo for my heavy. Absolution reduces all ability cooldowns when I pick up an orb of power, and then I get health when I pick up an orb of power. So these are all pretty nice. And then I have Reaper. This drops an orb anytime I use my class ability. You basically you drop your Healing Rift or Phoenix Dive or whatever, and then you your next kill you'll get an orb, which is nice. Like I said, you're supposed to be getting your super back as fast as possible is the point of the build. Healthy Finisher. I like to throw this in just because like every once in a while, like you're about to die, like you're right there, and then you manage to get a finish off and you get all your health back basically. So it's really nice to have. Plus, since I'm not running any surges right now in this activity, my orbs don't go away. So basically, like once I collect an orb, I got this in the pocket just ready to go. Anytime I get low on health, I can proc it, get my health back. Which also, this activity has attrition, which you don't regen health. So this is any way I can get my health back is definitely a big plus. This is what I was talking about. Bomber, it reduces my grenade cooldown when I use my class ability. So they all feed off each other. When I use my class ability, I get grenade energy. When I use grenade, I get class ability energy. When I use melee, I get grenade energy. So all of that feeds off of each other, which is really nice. There is one thing I want to point out that a lot of people don't realize. I know a lot of people don't run Heat Rises with Icarus Dash, which if you actually read the descriptions, they're meant to be ran together. So that always boggled my mind. But the main thing about Heat Rises, because like every warlock I meet, they're like, I'm not taking off Icarus Dash. I'm not taking it off. That's fine. The main thing with Heat Rises, especially in an activity where you have attrition orbs, is you can consume any of your grenades to get health back. So right now I'm running a solar grenade because it is amazing for ad clear. And like I said, I'm using ashes to assets, which means I'm getting a ton of my super energy when I use this grenade. But in a pinch, I can actually consume this grenade. It gives me my health back and I believe it's any allies that are around me. It does like a healing effect. It's kind of like Heal Clip where it heals everyone around you. Which means, I can run a damaging grenade and basically a healing grenade all at the same time. Most warlocks don't know that, which blows my mind. So it is definitely a big plus, guys. Now, the setup that I've really been enjoying personally in Onslaught is actually Apex Predator for overloads, Heliocentric for barrier, and then Bastion actually does unstop. So just like this has intrinsic barrier, you use Bastion. So again, I don't have to run double primaries, and I cover all 3 champions, which is super nice. Now in Onslaught, the mode I'm running right now, currently there's Solar Surge. So I don't need to run any solar surges, but I do run a kinetic weapon surge with time dilation with this build. But anyway, guys, that is all for the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'm Z. Bye-bye.